Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutza, and welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you one of my favorite summer soups that is an Italian classic. It's called minestrone. Minestrone translates to big soup, and it refers to a thick, hearty vegetable soup normally containing beans and pasta. So join me now as I show you how to make this easy and awesome summertime soup. Well, to begin, I like to preheat my pot over medium-high heat and add some olive oil. I will then start to sweat my leeks, my fennel, and my carrots. Now that those vegetables have begun to cook for about 3 minutes, I like to add my onions. You could add the onions all at the same time with the other vegetables, but I kind of like to add it in different stages so I can put a little more depth to the flavor and essentially just layering the flavors a little more. So we'll begin to cook. We will cook this for another 3 minutes. Then add your garlic. You could either mince it or slice it thinly, however you prefer. Now that that's cooked for a few minutes, go ahead and add squash, zucchini, and kohlrabi. I'm a huge fan of kohlrabi. That buttery flavor and smell when you're preparing it is just incredible. Awesome summertime vegetable. Give this a quick turn, and then go ahead and cook this for about 3 more minutes. Now that the squashes are beginning to cook, I'll go ahead and season with some salt, pepper, and some of my herb rub. The recipe for that will be below. Okay, now I will add my tomatoes. Quick turn. Now I add my beans. Cannellini are what I'm using now. Feel free to use any bean that you like. Chickpeas are fantastic in this soup. Now let's go ahead and add my vegetable stock. And I have some tomato juice in it. I like to add tomato juice because tomato juice will add a nice richness to the soup. So now we will let this simmer, bring it to a simmer and cook for about 15 or so minutes until the vegetables are done and the beans heat through. Well, here we are after about 10 minutes or so of simmering. Our vegetables are cooked. Now I add my green beans. I always add these in at the very end, right before service, because I still want them to have some texture to them and not overcook. Also add your pasta of choice. I chose ditalini. Any small pasta will work, but I really love ditalini in this soup. Feel free to use orzo or even fregola is very nice to use as well. I'm gonna bust this up a little bit. We will double check our seasonings and we're ready for service. Well, there you have minestrone. It is a fantastic soup, a lot of fresh vegetables, but you can feel free to modify it any way you like. You sometimes using bacon fat or even bacon to start the cooking process, using good Italian sausage. Put any vegetable that you like into it. I think that by adding kohlrabi as well as the fennel help really take it up a notch, and the flavor profiles that these two vegetables deliver is just so much more than just a simple squash. Feel free to add mushrooms into it, asparagus, I tend to shy away or not use so much vegetables as say broccoli or cauliflower because they tend to be a little too dominating, and then I feel that it's going to overpower the soup itself and you kind of lose everything else that's with it. So, but again, the choice is yours. Make it any way you like. Also, I make what's called a white minestrone, where obviously I omit the tomatoes and I actually omit the carrots, and then I keep everything white, yellow, or green vegetable. And I will add mushrooms to that as well, but I try to stay with things like lobster mushrooms or chanterelles, something where that color can really pop. So, well, I hope you enjoyed today's demonstration, and if you've not done so, please subscribe to the channel and be up to date with all of our latest posts. Thank you again for joining. Yotvaye.